Buffalo Literary Center was another group. This is Robin. What's your title?
I'm the coordinator of the Just Buffalo Writing Center.
You asked your children, your student artists, to look at artwork by LeRoi, to meet LeRoi, to work with him, and then reinterpret his work in a written word. I can't imagine how you do that. How did these kids figure that out?
We have a long tradition at the Writing Center of exploring what's called ekphrastic poetry. So this is writing inspired by visual art. So we love to teach the young writers that we work with that it can be a really fun and inspiring experience to create art inspired by art. And so, we give them some tips of how to do that. Sometimes, beyond just trying to describe what you see in the painting, a lot of times it's trying to run with a theme or think of a memory or a feeling you have when you look at the piece. And so it's pretty easy. You just set these young writers in front of a piece of visual art and their imaginations just take them to really amazing places.
How did they react to LeRoi's art when they worked with it and with LeRoi?
We had an amazing workshop where he came in and he gave a really inspiring talk about his sort of journey as a young artist and how much being involved in his community as a young person really supported his career. And then he just, simply we had a slideshow of visual art and the students got to explore it and go through and pick a piece that really called to them. And you can tell from the pieces that they wrote that the artwork really resonated with them all on a different level. And I think a lot of the pieces tend to be about identity, which I think teens often will write about identity as they're exploring that part of themselves. So it's really cool to see how they sort of impose their own identities and sort of think about how the pieces speak to them and who they are as people.
And then just to clarify for people watching, those pieces of written art are framed and posted interspersed within LeRoi's art. It just flows. It's perfect. You can't tell where the students begin and end and where LeRoi begins and ends.
Yeah, it's such an inspiring exhibit. And to see how, because then some youth at BCAT filmed our students reading their poems. So not only are, these young artists interacting with LeRoi's work, but then we have young artists interacting with each other and sort of inspiring each other's artwork as well, which is really cool.
Have you ever worked on a project like this before?
Not to this extent, no. We've worked with BCAT and we've done a lot of awesome collaborations with other youth arts programs. So I think Buffalo has a really amazing community of after-school creative writing, creative arts spaces that love to collaborate. So we have a tradition of doing that, but I think we've never collaborated, so many of us, at this scale. So to see us, so many different artists and young artists and organizations come together is really beautiful.
And just to tell people, BCAT is Buffalo Center for Arts and Technology, which is one of the 4 groups, along with the Buffalo Public Schools, Squeaky Wheel, and Just Buffalo, that did this. Robin, congratulations.
Oh.
Great job, great kids. It's just a remarkable, remarkable partnership with these kids in LeRoi.
Oh, it's such an honor to be able to support these young artists and to get to learn from LeRoi myself too.